Read with me, lead with me. I know it's been a while since I've been on here. I've had to experience certain things, but I'm here now. So let us read Genesis chapter 24. Abraham had now reached an old age, and the Most High had blessed him in every way. Abraham said to the senior servant of his household, who had charge of all his possessions, "Put your hand under my thigh, and I will make you swear by the Most High, the Eluah of heaven and the Eluah of earth, that you will not procure a wife for my son from the daughters of the Canaanites among whom I live, but that you will go to my own land and to my kindred to get a wife for my son Isaac." The servant asked him, "What if the woman is unwilling to follow me to this land? Should I then take your son back to the land from which you migrated?" "Never take my son back there for any reason," Abraham told him. "The Most High, the Eluah of heaven, who took me from my father's house and the land of my kin, and who confirmed my oath, the promise he then made to me, I will give this land to your descendants. He will send his messenger before you, and you will obtain a wife for my son there. If the woman is unwilling to follow you, you will be released from this oath, but never take my son back there." So the servant put his hand under the thigh of his master Abraham and swore to him an undertaking. The servant then took 10 of his master's camels, and bearing all kinds of gifts from his master, he made his way to the city of Nahor in Aram Naharaim. Near evening, at the time when women go out to draw water, he made the camels kneel by the well outside the city. Then he prayed, "Most High, Eluah of my master Abraham, let it turn out favorably for me today, and thus deal graciously with my master Abraham, while I stand here at the spring and the daughters of the townsmen are coming out to draw water. If I say to a girl, 'Please lower your jug, that I may drink,' and she answers, 'Take a drink, and let me give water to your camels too,' let her be the one whom you have decided upon for your servant Isaac. In this way I shall know that you have dealt graciously with my master." He had scarcely finished these words when Rebekah, who was born of Bethuel, son of Milcah, the wife of Abraham's brother Nahor, came out with a jug on her shoulder. The girl was very beautiful, a virgin, untouched by man. She went down to the spring and filled her jug. As she came up, the servant ran toward her and said, "Please give me a sip of water from your jug." "Take a drink, sir," she replied, and quickly lowered the jug onto her hand. She gave him a drink. When she had let him drink his fill, she said, "I will draw water for your camels too, until they have drunk their fill." With that, she quickly emptied her jug into the drinking trough and ran back to the well to draw more water, until she had drawn enough for all the camels. The man watched her the whole time, silently waiting to learn whether or not the Most High had made his errand successful. When the camels had finished drinking, the man took out a gold ring weighing half a shekel, which he fastened on her nose, and the 2 gold bracelets weighing 10 shekels, which he put on her wrist. Then he asked her, "Whose daughter are you? Tell me, please, and is there room in your father's house for us to spend the night?" She answered, "I am the daughter of Bethuel, the son of Milcah, whom she bore to Nahor." "There is plenty of straw and fodder at our place," she added, "and room to spend the night." The man then bowed down and worshipped to the Most High, saying, "Blessed be the Most High, the Eluah of my master Abraham, who has not let his constant kindness toward my master fail. As for myself also, the Most High has led me straight to the house of my master's brother." Then the girl ran off and told her mother's household about it. Now Rebekah had a brother named Laban. As soon as he saw the ring and the bracelets on his sister Rebekah and heard her words about what the man had said to her, Laban rushed outside to the man at the spring. When he reached him, he was still standing by the camels at the spring. So he said to him, "Come, blessed of the Most High. Why are you staying outside when I have made the house ready for you, as well as a place for the camels?" The man then went inside, and while the camels were being uploaded and provided with straw and fodder, water was brought to bathe his feet and the feet of the men who were with him. But when the table was set for him, he said, "I will not eat until I have told my tale." "Do so," they replied. "I am Abraham's servant," he began. "The Most High has blessed my master so abundantly that he has become a wealthy man. He has given him flocks and herds, silver and gold, male and female slaves, and camels and asses. My master's wife Sarah bore a son to my master in her old age, and he has given him everything he owns. My master put me under oath, saying, you shall not procure a wife for my son among the daughters of the Canaanites, in whose land I live. Instead, you shall go to my father's house, to my own relatives, to get a wife for my son. When I asked my master, what if the woman will not follow me? He replied, the Master, the Most High, in whose presence I have always walked, will send his messenger with you and make your errand successful. So you will get a wife for my son from my own kindred of my father's house. Then you shall be released from my band. If you visit my kindred and they refuse you, then too you shall be released from my band. When I came to the spring today, I prayed, Most High Yah of my master Abraham, may it be your will to make successful the errand I am engaged on. While I stand here at the spring, if I say to a young woman who comes out to draw water, please give me a little water from your jug, and she answers, not only may you have a drink, but I will give water to your camels too. Let her be the woman whom the Most High has decided upon my master's son. I had scarcely finished saying this prayer to myself when Rebekah came out with a jug on her shoulder. After she went down to the spring and drew water, I said to her, please let me have a drink. She quickly lowered the jug she was carrying and said, take a drink and let me bring water for your camels too. So I drank, and she watered the camels also. When I asked her, whose daughter are you? She answered, the daughter of Bethuel, son of Nahor, born to Nahor by Milcah. So I put the ring on her nose and the bracelets on her wrists. Then I bowed down and worshiped to the Most High, blessing the Most High, the Lu of my master Abraham, who had led me on the right road to obtain the daughter of my master's kinsman for his son. If therefore you have in mind to show true loyalty to my master, let me know. But if not, let me know that too I can then proceed accordingly. Laban and his household said in reply, this thing comes from the Most High. We can say nothing to you either for or against it. Here is Rebekah, ready for you. Take her with you, that she may become the wife of your master's son, as the Most High has said. When Abraham's servant heard this answer, he bowed to the ground before the Most High. Then he brought out objects of silver and gold and articles of clothing and presented them to Rebekah. He also gave costly presents to her brother and mother. After he and the men with him had eaten and drunk, they spent the night there. When they were up the next morning, he said, give me leave to return to my master. Her brother and mother replied, let the girl stay with us a short while, say 10 days. After that she may go. But he said to them, do not detain me, now that the Most High has made my errand successful. Let me go back to my master. They answered, let us call the girl and see what she herself has to say about it. So they called Rebekah and asked her, do you wish to go with this man? She answered, I do. At this they allowed their sister Rebekah and her nurse to take leave along with Abraham's servant and his men. Invoking a blessing on Rebekah, they said, sister, may you grow into thousands of myriads, and may your descendants gain possession of the gates of their enemies. Then Rebekah and her maid started out. They mounted their camels and followed the man. So the servant took Rebekah and went on his way. Meanwhile, Isaac had gone from Beer Lahairoi and was living Lahairoi and was living in the region of the Negeb. One day toward the evening, he went out. In the field, as he looked around, he noticed that camels were approaching. Rebekah too was looking about. And when she saw him, she alighted from her camel and asked the servant, who is the man out there walking through the fields toward us? That is my master, replied the servant. Then she covered herself with her veil. The servant recounted to Isaac all the things he had done. Then Isaac took Rebekah unto his tent. He married her, and thus she became his wife. In his love for her, Isaac found solace after the death of his mother, Sarah. I've just read Genesis chapter 24 in its entirety. Shalom.